Hold up, hold up. It's been a minute. It's been a long time coming. Your boy King Moses live from the porch. I'm outside. The young kids say, man, I'm still trying to get my technical stuff all checked out. See, I got my equipment and I got the software, the little OBS studio joint or whatever. And I'm still trying to figure it out or whatever. Like I said, I'm an old man, so it take me a while, and then I've been caught up with just a lot of stuff for work or whatever outside of that. But I had to go ahead and talk about this Freaknik joint or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? And speak on the talk or whatever, and talk to the people, because it's crazy out here, man. It's a bunch of nasty work out here for real, man. You know what I mean? But I'm outside or whatever, walking around in the neighborhood or whatever, trying to get my steps in. You know what I mean? Drinking my water. Y'all make sure y'all drink y'all water, man. Give me a couple seconds or whatever, get my stuff right. Trying to set my goals or whatever, get my stuff. What's going on? Yeah, man, I'm live, man. Look, man, let me get into the logistics, man. So, all right, I'm 30. I'm about to be 39, right? 39 this year. So, I was talking. I seen the stuff going viral about the Freaknik documentary, whatever, and all these people gonna be nervous and all this stuff or whatever. Blah blah. First thing is first. I wish I would have went to Freaknik. I wasn't old enough to go. You feel what I'm saying? I was about 10, 11, something like that or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? And I was talking to a couple of my partners or whatever, just like a couple of them older than me, a couple people that live down there in Tricktown, USA, Atlanta. They said they've been down there. They a little bit older, whatever. So they probably was like 17, 18, maybe 19 when Freaknik was popping off or whatever. So, they was telling me that, all the stuff or whatever, and giving me their background. Now, I've been to BET Spring Bling down in Daytona, and that was like 03, 04. I went twice. Me and a couple of my partners, when we went to Morgan in Baltimore or whatever, we went, and first time we took a bus down to BET Spring Bling, and then the second time we drove. So, we saw a little bit of that. So I can't compare, because I've never been to the Freaknik or whatever. I've heard, you feel what I'm saying? And I could maybe see some stuff that was going on that probably went down there and some other place I went to. But obviously I wasn't there, so I can't compare the two, whatever, but I'm doing the best I can. Just trying to visualize it. So we went down there twice, and then we ended up going down to Miami for Memorial Day, 07 when I graduated, and every year after that we went until 2010, right? So we saw all of the wild shit or whatever. We did all that or whatever. We did it all. You feel what I'm saying? So one thing I will tell y'all that haven't been or have been is to tell these kids to live their life. You feel what I'm saying? Because I know a couple partners or whatever that wish that they was able to go and do the stuff that we did. And one of the things that I was coming up or whatever, when I was like in college and doing all that, I wanted to enjoy my life and have some fun experiencing things or whatever, because I didn't see that when I was growing up, and who knew how long I had left on this earth to experience this or whatever. So I might as well do it while I can. And I didn't want to live to regret not being able to do this and do all that before it was too late. You get what I'm saying? And I know some dudes wasn't able to do it because of circumstances, money, kids, or whatever, blah, blah, blah. I feel blessed that I was able to take advantage of that and see that. So I would say, if you are like me and you got kids, or you around your nieces, your nephews, or your whatever's, tell them to go when they get older, go live life. Don't tell them to go to these places or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I would give them advice how to move and move accordingly. But go see the world. Go see different things. Go have fun. Because you never know what's going to happen. You don't want to live to regret it. Now, two, if you didn't get a chance to go and you kicking yourself for regretting not being able to go, you should also tell them kids, hey man, don't be like me. I wish I had a chance to go here, go there, whatever. Now I live to regret it. So don't be like me. Go live in and have your fun, do that opportunity, whatever, and you know, you work hard, you should be able to play hard. That's my motto. That's why I hate people now talking about this I'm outside shit, because you motherfuckers wasn't outside and doing nothing before the goddamn pandemic or whatever, and now you was at home bored and shit or whatever, and you get to be at home and you know doing some shit to get some money for free or whatever. Now you want to be outside because the motherfucker told you gotta stay inside. But now you gotta go back to work, so you ain't outside like that no more, whatever, or doing the shit you was doing when everything was locked down. See, I was already doing that shit beforehand or whatever, so that's always been my motto, right? So if you have a chance to live and go out and do this shit or whatever, I say tell these kids to go live life. Go do more than what you were able to do. I'm going to preach that to mines and anybody that's around me, whatever. Hey, I was able to do this. You ain't got to be like me, but go do whatever it is you feel that is fun to go experience shit, see other people, other people from other places, experience different cultures, all that stuff. That's what I say, right? So I say this all as to say about the Freaknik joint. There's different layers to this shit or whatever. I don't think y'all probably think I'm gonna come one type of way or whatever, but I'm not. So I'm gonna give you a couple layers or whatever, right? First things first or whatever, right? I mean, men in particular, because I'm not talking to the women, because the women don't listen. They don't listen. So to the men, this should tell you how women kind of are. Some women are. You see how all of them in a nervous wreck or whatever about not being exposed and doing all this, and they all worried about, you know, being exposed in this Freaknik documentary. This is what I don't like about women, or some women that are on this type of shit, with all this sneaky, shady, hiding stuff or whatever, right? I find more respect for a woman that owns that shit. It's like, yo, I did this or whatever, I'm having fun or whatever, you know, I did what I did or whatever, is what it is. Now, if you judge me based off of some of the shit that I did, then, hey, I'm just not for you. But I'd rather you tell me the fucking truth and be honest and upfront than to goddamn act like you was just motherfucking super saint and ain't did nothing. You just straight up L7 square church girl, because they be the worst ones. The ones that be talking all that goddamn church shit and clean as a motherfucking bar ivory soap fresh out the pack. Y'all be acting like goddamn y'all ain't did nothing. They be the worst ones that did the most motherfucking dirt. So I'd rather you tell me the truth or whatever and let me deal with, all right, if I'm gonna deal with you, whatever, whoop, whoop. That's just me. Now, I can't speak for all niggas, but I can respect somebody that give it up and keep it real. You feel what I'm saying? And all right, at least it's all out there. I ain't caught off by some fucking surprise about what you did and all that. So then it's up to y'all niggas to be doing y'all fucking investigations. Stop turning the blind eye and like, yo, I don't want to see that. I'm like, nigga, y'all niggas need to start interviewing these bras like y'all on a fucking job interview, whatever, asking these bras questions that y'all want to know. And if you don't want to know, then you need to ask yourself a motherfucking question. Why you don't want to know? Why are you so fucking desperate and horny to fucking have shit hidden? Because you don't want to see the shit. Now, I ain't saying that you got to ask all of them how many you've been with or whatever, because like at the end of the day, that shit really shouldn't even fucking matter. But you need to identify what the questions is that you feel is important that you need to ask. How's this documentary any different than Girls Go Wild? I got you Play for Life. I got you. Nah, we're gonna get into that shit because it ain't much different. It's not much different, but we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into the nitty-gritty shit in committee. So y'all need to start asking these fucking questions or whatever and know, like, all right, if you got a broad or you dealing with a broad that say they been in here, whatever, you should already expect to, like, at worst case scenario, this is what it is. Especially if you've been down there and you know what you done did. How am I gonna get mad at somebody that did this when I did my dirt in the streets? You get what I'm saying? Now, that don't mean I gotta accept it, but at least I can't be mad at her. I'm not gonna judge her. Like, yo, all right, you know, you did what you did or whatever, that's cool. We might not vibe together, whatever. We might just be on some fuck shit or whatever, but that's it. But I can't look down on you or you did whatever. You know what I'm saying? So my my advice, and again, the women don't listen, but these bras need to own that shit. If you was in the fucking videos, doing the hoochie coochie and doing all that wild shit in the 90s, whatever, own that shit. You was there, you was having fun or whatever, and that's what it was. You don't need to make all this motherfucking deflection about, oh yeah, well, you know, don't put that shit out there. Man, don't nobody want to hear that bullshit, man. You got on the motherfucking camera, you were in a public place. And even though you ain't know what the fuck was going to happen 20, 30 years later, you're on camera. So you know somebody was going to see it, somebody was going to keep it. You don't own the footage. So what the fuck? If you ain't want that to happen, you shouldn't have even fucking been there. But you was there because you wanted the fucking attention. You wanted the attention. You wanted the attention. And y'all, the brides need to take some fucking advice from their granddaughters and their daughters, these gypsy Jezebels out here now, because all them bitches is doing now is they want the fucking attention anyway. Shit, these bras out here is worse than what they was back in the 80s and 90s. They love that shit. You can go on motherfucking Twitter, find fucking amateur porn all motherfucking day long. Somebody on OnlyFans sucking and fucking and doing all this shit or whatever and getting paid for it. Ain't no shame in their game. They love that wild shit. They eating them honey packs or horny, all that wild shit or whatever. So at least, as much as I hate these gypsy Jezebels and why they do this shit, I can't do nothing but respect them because they honest and upfront about their shit and they owning it. They ain't out here playing like, oh well, they not looking to be exploited or they just having fun. They just in the moment. They feel empowered to hoe and be on show for the World Wide Web and get paid for it. And if they honest and upfront and living in their truth or whatever, hey, it is what it is. I can't look down on them for that. That's what it is. But to the question about how is this documentary different than Girls Gone Wild, it's not. See, what happened was that shit was cute to sell that shit to the white girl, because the same shit was probably worse. And they got the white boy, the producer, locked up because they was doing this drug ring, whatever, Now, what's going to happen, in my opinion, whoever's producing this shit is in charge of somebody. That's how it happens with all the fucking documentaries. Once people start seeing it and start galvanizing to all that shit that's going on, people start asking questions, people start to dig, and they want to goddamn try to fix whatever they feel was wrong that happened back then. All the motherfucking documentaries, the fucking Making of the Murderer, the fucking R. Kelly shit, the motherfucking Fire Festival shit, all the fucking documentaries that come out and they show them shits. They want to go back and rewrite history to fix whatever they say is wrong. So whoever the fuck it is, I think it's Jermaine Dupri and Luke, I think they getting into some shit. They don't know what's about to happen. And yeah, they're probably going to see a lot of bras say it was consensual, but they're going to try to use today's laws and today's morals and values to apply that to 1993, 1994. And they're going to get caught up. And if they don't get caught up, they're going to find some shit that's going to be within the statute of limitations of the motherfucking law to try to pin that shit on them and get them out of there. That's how it always happens. Like, and I'm telling you this, I never advocate no rape. That shit's not cool. No sexual assault. You should always be a player about yours or whatever. You shouldn't have to force yourself or act like a motherfucking horny goat, grabbing on bras, doing all this, trying to force your way, trying to be a cat burglar. That shit's not cool. I do not fucking subscribe to that. And I suggest that niggas get their communication skills up and know the room, know the vicinity that you in. Yeah, I've been down to motherfucking Miami and got that Daytona where bitches was busting it open or whatever, and if they are willing and allowing that participants, then by all means. But you always want to tread lightly and make sure it's cool, you feel what I'm saying, and read the room. Now, if they say they ain't with it, whatever, then as soon as they say no, then back off. So I'm not cool with the shit that this, and I'm sure this shit didn't happen. And I'm not victim blaming or whatever, but at the end of the day, you know where the fuck you going at. You know what you about to get into. So a lot of them videos where the bras is on there, all of them are saying, make sure you be careful. Because they know that there's some shit going on down there. Somebody might not know what's going on, and everybody should be careful. Men and women should be careful. So women, you should be careful about what you're doing, what you got going on, the areas that you're going in, the people that you're dealing with. Same for dudes. You should be careful about where you're going, what you're doing, all that. So it's just some wild shit that's going on or whatever, and I see them trying to flip it around and make it seem like some Me Too, let's get these niggas out of here. They sexually assaulting bras because they grabbed their ass, or, you know what I mean, did this wild shit. Like, y'all gotta stop that shit, man. Y'all got to cut this bullshit out, because look at this shit now. Look at this shit now. These motherfuckers out here doing a whole bunch of wild shit. These bras on that horny, corny shit too. And they feel empowered to do a lot of this bullshit. But they can't apply. They not saying, oh, well, you know, you sexually assaulting the dude. Like, it don't work like that. It's always double standards. This is bullshit. And I just see them trying to flip this shit. I already see it. I swear. I wish I had my motherfucking technology, because I see so many tweets, dumb shit on Twitter, all this bullshit about, yeah, look at how your granddaddies and your uncles was doing this and sexually assault women, and making it, just because a woman wears butt naked ass clothes doesn't mean that she should be grabbed and touched. You're right, but you're wrong. You're right, but you're wrong. Because, yeah, you got a right to wear whatever the fuck you want. But that don't mean you should wear whatever the fuck you want. So, shit. Like I said, a lot of these bras didn't embrace the whole prostitute, escort, night walker, job title. And they doing what they doing. Because I guarantee you, probably back in the 90s, I'm not saying that a lot of them was doing that shit for free. I know it was probably some bitches out there making some money, right? But that wasn't the majority of them. I guarantee you, if you do a motherfucking Freaknik right out there right now in Tricktown, USA, you gonna have a whole bunch of them bitches doing the exact same shit, probably more. And them niggas gonna be out there tricking all, because there's a bunch of second and third generation trick babies that's giving out that money, and they're gonna be a whole lot worse. And ain't nobody gonna say a goddamn thing about it, because the bitch is getting paid for it. I guarantee you motherfucking that. What up, Olympus? What up? I guarantee you that if they recreate motherfucking Freaknik, because they try to do, if they do that shit right now and have that in motherfucking Atlanta fucking Falcon Stadium, have all them bitches will be doing way motherfucking worse. They are so wild now. They doing a whole bunch of wild shit on camera. You see these motherfuckers eating them honey packs of horny, having niggas eating their butt, and they turn around eating niggas' butts and all this wild shit. I don't understand this shit, but niggas allowing it. Now, if a nigga get his butt ate, I don't even like talking about this shit, because pause in advance. A nigga get his butt ate on camera, and they get ridiculed on motherfucking, what's the name? Ain't nobody gonna care or say he got sexually assaulted, or he did something against his will and all this shit or whatever, or he didn't ask to be recorded. You know what they gonna do? They gonna laugh at him like, get out of here. You're a man, you know, whatever. But then let that be a woman. Oh, I didn't ask to get my ass ate or whatever and all this other shit, or whatever. I didn't want to be recorded. They're gonna get him locked up or press charges or whatever. That's how that shit works. That's how that shit works. So I don't know why all these broads are acting all high sedity and all this bullshit. Like, nigga, and you know what's gonna happen? Once this documentary hit, all this shit, it's gonna have its little run where people talking about it. And you know what's gonna happen after that? Motherfuckers are gonna go on with their lives and be on to the next. So who gives a damn if you are the fucking dean at Spelman College and you were motherfucking sucking dick on I-95 balls deep with your tongue out, eating semen sandwiches on camera? You know what's gonna happen? If you embrace that shit or whatever, they gonna be like, hey, it is what it is or whatever, and they're gonna move the fuck on. But if you keep on trying to fight it and make all these excuses, you're making the shit worse. And that's the problem with these goddamn gypsy Jezebels or whatever. They always trying to spin the narrative or whatever, trying to make it seem like it is something that it ain't. That's a fact. If that shit was called Prayer Fest instead of Freaknik, there'll be exactly. And you know what the crazy thing is? A lot of the motherfuckers that be goddamn hiding behind that religion be the main ones that was in it or still doing it. All them Jamal Bryant ass niggas and all them motherfucking horny ass motherfuckers. You see Blac Chyna up there talking about she trying to get religious and wash that whore water off her, and now she's swimming in the holy water. But she's still horny. She's still out here being gypsy and shit, gypsy for the Lord. That's all it is. And then now they're gonna be like, all right, well, we're gonna do it behind the scenes, have a little circle jerk and freak fest or whatever. And then the next day when we wake up, we're gonna pray it off. That's what the fuck they talking about. That's why I don't subscribe to that bullshit. And I'm mad at these motherfuckers that ain't telling these kids what the fuck is up. So yeah, they gonna watch all this shit about this Freaknik shit or whatever and be like, yeah, you know, whatever. And they not gonna look at the fucking deep delve of this shit. They gonna look at the surface of, yeah, or like, hey, this was fun. Let's recreate it or whatever, do some other shit or whatever, and whatever. Everybody gonna pick and choose a bit and piece of it or how they gonna take it, but they don't look at the deep issue of what the fuck was going on. You get what I'm saying? They just look at the title and the clips that they put out, and some people gonna get it, and I don't know when they dropping this motherfucking shit, but I will do another recap or part 2 or part 3 about this shit when the shit drops. And I'm not one of them gonna be like, I don't want to see this bullshit, this gypsy shit or whatever. I want to see it, because again, I'm glad that I was able to live my glory days or whatever, have some fun and do all this. If they did a motherfucking a documentary on fucking the black college reunions and spring bling all shit, and I wouldn't give a fuck. I'd be like, yo, that ain't gonna stop who the fuck I am. I wasn't ashamed about nothing that I did. And like I said, if you bitches are ashamed about what the fuck you did or whatever, maybe you need to make better decisions on what the fuck you doing going forward. Because I guarantee you probably still doing the same shit right now, but you hiding it better. The fuck out of here with this bullshit, man. Yeah, it's an average weekend in Atlanta, man. Bro, I was talking about if you see me, mind your business. Like, sure, you gained 50 pounds in 5 kids, nobody gonna recognize you. That's a fact. That's a fact. You know what I mean? Like I said, some of these bitches, they get nervous because, like I said, they motherfucking shit they trying to protect, because they probably wiped up some trick baby, and they don't feel like they want to lose they spot. And at the end of the day, more likely the nigga probably ain't even gonna care, or he probably gonna be mad for a little bit and get over it or whatever, and that is what it is. Like, man, why? Look, come on, man. Come on, man. You can't change the past. You cannot change the past. All you can do is go ahead and live in the present and look forward in the future. That's it. Who gives a shit? Nobody, like yes, history is important, but at the end of the day, you got to know what happened then or whatever, and help that shape you for today and tomorrow. But ain't nobody out there got time to be analyzing what the fuck you did in 1993. And who gives a shit? Who gives a fuck? Clearly, the kids out here now do not give a fuck, because they doing even worse. And you ain't stopping them. Why are you letting these kids out? Y'all must be co-signing. Either you're co-signing it, or you don't care. You don't see no problem with it. So if they doing it, why the fuck you care about yourself doing it? The fuck? Don't make no goddamn sense. I'm just trying to figure it out. So y'all motherfuckers, yeah, listen, I can't wait to see it. I don't know when it's gonna come out, but like I said, once I get my motherfucking technology teching again and get this shit, I'm gonna be sharing these videos, these tweets I be seeing, all this wild shit, and I'm gonna start doing these reactions on this bullshit I seen. But I had to speak on this Freaknik shit. At the end of the day, let motherfuckers pass, not judge them for who they are, whatever. Who gives a shit? And I'm not perfect. It's probably some shit like, yo, I wish I ain't do that or whatever. But you know what? I learned from it. I bet you ain't gonna do it again, because if you upset about some shit you did back then, but yet you still continually to do it, then obviously you have no problem doing it. You just mad at somebody finding out. So maybe you need to ask yourself, should I even be doing this? That's the problem with you motherfuckers, and that's the problem with the fucking world. Y'all don't want to look at the truth. You can't handle the fucking truth. You want to live in this fucking facade and make it seem like it is some fucking Disney story or some fucking fairy tale, and it's not. You up there trying to put up this fucking facade, trying to show off how much money you got, how much shit you got going on. Who gives a fuck? Nobody gives a fuck. And the people that say they care, they really don't. Or they really want what you trying to portray. And they'll do whatever it is to take that away from you. That's why I don't tell nobody where I don't give a fuck about that shit. I don't want nobody to know what the fuck I do. I care about these kids, man, and tell them the goddamn truth. Because I don't want to lead nobody into some bullshit thinking that, oh, shit gonna be like this or whatever, and they walk into it, they find out the hard way that it ain't. Because they mama and their daddy lied to them. To keep up their goddamn perception of who the fuck they trying to be. And they really ain't. The fuck out of here with this bullshit, man. Ain't got time for that shit. Stop fucking lying to these kids. Stop fucking lying to these kids. Stop lying to your goddamn self. If you ain't this type of person, be you. It's okay. And if you want to be somebody else, then take the steps to be that person. And then know if you can't be that person, it's okay. Jesus loves you anyway. The fuck out of here with this bullshit, man. So yeah, that's all I got to say, man. I'm gonna do a part 2, whatever, but yeah, like, subscribe, share, and all that shit that the young kids say, whatever. Like I said, I do this for the know, not the show. I don't give a damn if it's just one person watching. I don't give a damn if it's just Jesus watching me. Somebody gonna get this goddamn message, and as long as one person hears it and goddamn here's the seeds that I'm talking about from my opinion, because I don't know everything. I'm not an expert. But if it gets to one and it influences somebody else to be better, then I'm fine with that. That's all I care about. I don't give a damn about changing no goddamn mindset of somebody that's 50 years old, 60 years old. I care about the kids because they are more willing to listen and they don't know. So I want to give more options for the kids to be able to say, okay, well, I ain't got to go this way because this person says something. I have another opportunity, whatever, and I make my own goddamn decision. And even if it's the wrong damn decision, at least somebody told me whatever, and I can tell somebody else, learn from my mistake. That's what I care about. Maybe a lot of y'all motherfuckers should start doing that shit too. Stop worrying about your goddamn self. Worry about these goddamn kids or whatever, and worry about what y'all saying to them and how you saying it to them, because it matters. So it's your boy King Moses, live from the porch. I'm gonna go ahead and finish taking my walk and drinking my goddamn